Hello, beloved. This is Troy Dante Presswood. I wanted to record this short video because I've been moved to tell you something. I, like so many people, have been distraught over the deaths of so many young people here in our city. And, it triggered me to think back on a time when my aunt made me come down to see her in Houston, Texas on, every summer break that I had when I was younger. And the point of that now, looking back, was to keep me safe. It was to get me out of my element, get me out of my community from the time school ended up until the time school began for the next school year. And that was to get me out of the city, to keep me safe and to keep me out of harm's way. And I'm pleading to all of you to get your kids out of this city. Everyone knows has a family member in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, somewhere in the country, as they say. Send your kids down there. If you have family members, a grandparent, an uncle, or an old cousin, send your kids down there for the summer. Get your kids out of these communities. I know it's hard to do, especially now with COVID, and especially when, a lot of parents just don't have the resources. Listen, if you can put out there on Facebook that, you can talk about what Jada's doing and what August Alsina is doing, well, you can certainly say, I need help sending my kid to North Carolina to his grandmother for the summer, because I'm telling you, that will save your kid's life. I certainly believe it, because they're dying in this community, in our communities. And what we need is to protect them. We got work to do. See, if we can make sure our kids are safe and secure, then that means we can go to work, because we got a lot of work to do in these communities to make sure that we are rooting out individuals who want to prey on our children, on women, on the elderly. And so we need everybody on the front lines. And what we must do first is make sure our kids are safe and secure. So check into an old relative, somebody who could care for your kids during the summer. Let people know you need a little help sending them on the Greyhound or paying for that ticket or whatever the case may be. I'm telling you, that will be one of the best things you can do, because then that frees you up to do the hard work that is necessary in your neighborhoods, in our community. Because we have to take it back. We are fighting for the soul of our communities. And so in order for us to do that, we got to have all hands on deck. And so it's so funny how you just, you look back on your past. I just want to thank my Aunt Barbara. She's passed on now, but summer after summer, as a kid, my first airplane ride, all that stuff, to Houston, outskirts of Houston. But I learned how to, I learned about the Latino culture. I learned about spicy food. I learned about Juneteenth, because again, that was Texas. I learned how to drive a car, even though I was like 10. I learned how to shoot a gun, even though I was like 10. But the point is, it got me out of my element, and it got me into a place where I was safe and secure. And I didn't have to look over my shoulder. I didn't have to think twice about if there was a gun or if there were bullets coming after me, which I know a lot of mothers and some fathers and some grandparents, which my grandmother raised me, are having to do today. So it was just on my spirit to just say that and to speak that out into the atmosphere about, if you have a way to get your kids out of this city for at least a summer, let's do it. Let's save them, because my fear is that this isn't over. We're not even halfway through the summer yet. And so, my God, I hope that we're done with killing kids. But my spirit tells me we're not. Look at last night. There was an arrest made in the killing of a young man over at the McDonald's on Pennsylvania Avenue in Southeast. by a 14-year-old. So even when I say let's get them out the city, I mean even that type of mess. You know, if we can save them from themselves, that may even be helpful as well. So I don't want to go on and on and on here, but I just wanted to just speak that out because it was on my spirit that when I was young, that was one of the ways that the elders kept me safe and kept me focused and kept me secure and kept me alive. And so if you have the means, and if you don't have the means, you know, like I said, ask for help. We got to do something to keep them constructive. And I think sending them to the country or just to a place where we know they could be safer is definitely a great start. So let me know what you think about this. Click like, click share, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this because that's what's on my heart today. All right. I love you, beloved. And nothing you can do about it.